Alright y'all, so today we're going to be taking a look at Super Saiyan 2 Kefla and the best ways to play with her. Now she is a very damage burst and a damage heavy character, but at the same time she is very squishy, so you do need to play her carefully, and we're going to be talking about that here. We're also going to be covering her best divine combo cards, her best helper, and everything related to that. So I do hope you guys do enjoy the video, and let me know if you have any other characters you want me to do a video like this on. We'll of course be doing it for every new season. Season 4 is upcoming soon as of the time of this video going up, so that's going to be pretty exciting. But without further ado, let's hop right into it. So to start things off, we're going to be breaking down her transformation, passive skill, and rush attack. So her transformation is a level 7 transformation. It does buff HP and gives all attack up. Now I feel like this transformation is actually a bit important. We could actually just cut straight into training mode real quick just so I can show you guys. But her HP is very low, right? We could see her HP is just not good at all early game. So getting that transformation could be very, very impactful for her. If we take a look here, she does get a decent size increase to her HP. It's nothing crazy, but as much HP as possible is useful for her because of the fact that she is so low HP, especially early game. But when she's able to get her footing, she has a lot of vanishes, as we'll see in her kit, right? It does really help her out quite a bit. Now, speaking of vanishing, again, we could take a look here at her passive skill, which does basically shorten the cooldown of her vanishing steps when attacks are landed. It also increases damage dealt by skills after you use a vanishing step. So you want to make sure you're spamming Vanish with Kefla. That is one of the most important things here with this vanishing step cooldown. And as you see, she gains a little blue kind of like glow around her after she vanishes. That will be where you see, oh, that's where the skill damage up increase is, and it dissipates after a bit of time. But it really does increase the damage that you do with your skills, especially skill 2. I find that to be very, very important for it. But then again, after you land an attack in general, she will also shorten her own vanishing step cooldown. So it is going to be very easy for her to gain her vanishing step back over and over and over, especially if you know what you're doing with him. She could like really just stand from afar and do a lot of attacks, especially with her rush attack. Not only can it fire multiple enemies at once, but it is very ranged. If you take a look here at her rush attack range, it is pretty huge, right? You see how far this reaches. You don't even have to really be too close to the enemy in order to hit them. Look how far back you could stay. So not only could you do this, you could also hit multiple enemies. So if there was like, you know, let's say another enemy up here, or maybe another enemy down here, another enemy behind you, you could hit both of them at the same time, which is really, really good. In fact, we could have Vegeta come over to us, and then we could show you that it does actually attack multiple enemies. You see right there, and you see her restoring her vanish, so you can keep vanishing over and over, getting away. And you know, that's kind of like why she has little HP. It's because when she gets caught, of course. But if you know what you're doing, you could really take advantage of the amount of vanishing stuff that you gain back, right? Especially when you're attacking multiple enemies, so that could be really good. Anyways, that's kind of just Kefla's passive. You see the blue glow around her after we vanish. Does last for quite a bit of time, so you're able to have a powered up skill during this moment. But that's basically it for her passive. So Vegeta's just kind of chasing me down right here. Next, we're going to be breaking down what she does for her skills. Starting things off with Kefla's skill, we have skill 1, which is the Blaster Ball. You fire a barrage of energy blast at a set position. You're also able to move, redirect, and use vanishing step while you're attacking. So again, usually with Kefla, you're going to want to vanish before using skills. But the biggest good thing about this skill is that it does end up restoring your vanish by quite a decent amount here. So even if I'm just like continuing to attack Vegeta, I continue to restore my vanish, and even after, I'll be at a range where I could use my rush attacks and get the extra vanish I do need. Now, as you can see, in terms of damage, this skill definitely isn't really doing quite a lot. It's okay in the damage that it is able to do. Now, when the skill's maxed out, it has a pretty nice range, and you can even use it to get out of situations if you're just like trying to escape. As you see right here, we're already so far away from Vegeta because we had basically 3 vanishes already available. But again, you know, if you're trying to use this to finish enemies off, it could be a little tough, just because it's just not really super impressive in terms of that. However, you could use this skill 1 into skill 2, which is the real burst damage that we'll be talking about in a bit. But I usually use this for just, you know, utility and trying to get out of a situation, and, you know, potentially even just reactivating my passive for skill 2 usage. That's mostly the situations I find myself using skill 1 in. Kefla's skill 2 is going to be your big damage burst move. It is arguably the most important skill that she does have, and it is the Gigantic Breaker. So you will fire energy in a set direction. The blast will increase in range and speed the more you're charging it. You could even move around while you're charging it, redirect it, vanish, etc. But you don't have to worry about this at all. Usually when you end up using Kefla, you're going to vanish right before this move. There's 3 reasons for that. 1, it will activate her passive skill, which will increase her skill damage. But 2, this skill instantly shoots out fully charged if you vanish first. So it's very easy to just go ahead and do that, especially since she restores so much vanish on her skill 1, she restores so much vanish on her rush attacks, even her ultimate helps to restore vanish. Like, there's many ways for her to get that vanish back. So this is going to be where you do most of your damage. We could fully charge this move up right here. It does about 2,200 damage. But if we use it after we get the vanish, not only is it just going to be instantly charged up, it will do extra damage, 2,700 damage, a nearly 500 damage increase. Now we can get this all the way up to level 3, and it is going to be basically a big difference as well. So we're hitting about 3,000 damage right there. Now we have the passive skill activated. We do about 3,600 damage. So as you see, you want to make sure you're vanishing before you use the skill. And again, as long as you have this blue aura around you, you will have the full charged up ability. This is going to be where your main burst finish the enemy off damage is going to be. And it may not look super mega impressive right here, but it's going to be very nice when you have the enemy melted down, or especially if you do have a bunch of snowball stacks. The skill damage that this could do is actually insane once we have some of these divine cards. In fact, we'll go ahead and set that up for y'all so you can see exactly how it looks like. Now let's say right here you're going a full damage Kefla with 2 snowball stacks and giant slayer here. We could charge the skill ability up, and even charged up it does 3,800 damage. We get a vanish off with Kefla, does 4.5k, and you guys can see as we get more and more snowball stacks, the damage will continue to scale up and up. Really insane. And again, you're able to just use it to finish enemies off right here pretty quickly, and you see where he would vanish again. Bam, 3,800 damage. That's not even with it, you know, kind of being vanished out. Now what I do want to confirm is that it does less damage the farther away you are from the enemy. So again, we can shoot this blast out. You see it does 2,000 damage only, so it is a decent damage fall off. Even if you vanish, you will still do a lot less damage. So you do want to make sure that you're as close as possible to the enemy when you're shooting this blast out, because if they're too far away, not only could they just avoid the skill, of course, but they're also able to just not take nearly as much damage. So that's the only thing you need to think about, the damage fall off. Other than that, it is literally just vanish and click at your opponent, and you just do a lot of burst damage with her. Now here we have Kefla's skill 3, which is the full voltage. This is mostly just movement speed up. So you do want to use this in a team fight and hit as many enemies as possible within this range. As you see here, the more you level the skill up, the more range you get, you know. When you're in team fights though, usually you're not going to be too far away from a group of enemies, and you're able to kind of sneak in and get the movement speed up. So no matter what, even if you hit an opponent or not, you will get that movement speed boost. However, this could be useful with rush attacks. It will increase damage dealt to secondary rush attack targets. So again, let's say our primary rush attack is Vegeta. We have a Goku up here, and Goku's our secondary attack. You guys get the point. We'll do increased damage to Goku than we usually would. Then the more enemies we do actually hit with the skill, the greater the effect of the movement speed up. And again, this skill is just like, you know, it does give us a movement speed up increase. We're able to kind of move around a lot easier. Doesn't really do anything else though, besides increasing the extra damage to, you know, enemies on the side. It's like nice for escapability as well, but I'm not going super crazy over this move necessarily. Now you do get a really nice kind of movement speed away from the enemies, and we're able to see that there's a little yellow bar under the skill when we use it. That will tell us how long this skill does last for, and again, the more enemies we actually hit, the longer it does last for as well. You're gonna not really see a lot of this kind of used in training mode per se, like, you know, its usefulness. I think you can find it useful in certain situations and team fights especially, so you'll see that more so in the actual recorded segment where we show a Kefla gameplay match at the end of the video. But that's kind of it for skill 3. Now to end things off, we have Kefla's super attack slash ultimate, the gigantic twin blast. This can end up doing quite a lot of damage. You're able to move, redirect, and use Vanishing Step while you have this move. Now, this is kind of like, just like, it's a very good ultimate, I feel like, because its range itself isn't the craziest, or not also the range, but more so the width, but you're able to move while you're launching the ultimate here, and it does a lot of damage. That ultimate, it's really crazy how much damage you're able to do with this. And keep in mind that the passive skill does not actually affect super attack specifically. It only affects the skill damage, so thank God. Now again, we can see here as we increase the super attack level, it will increase in the width and the kind of length of it. And let's just say you're also able to restore your Vanish when you're hitting your enemies here. So in case you need to kind of catch up with them if they're running away, you're just like, no, actually I can Vanish during then, and you know, you're not actually gonna escape. The amount of, like, the fact that you could Vanish after that and then just like use your skill too, like, there you go, in case they're not dead somehow, is really, really good. Now, what I find this ultimate to be super useful for early on in fights when the range is a bit lower is for just helping melt on boss, and then your secure character can move in and get the final hits. Kefla could also use this, you know, if you're taking a team fight right before a boss, and let's say Bardock lines them all up for Kefla. Kefla's just like, yep, I'm gonna hit you all with my ultimates, you know? That could be good, and if they do somehow end up escaping, you're able to still move around. The fact that you can move and Vanish during this ultimate is pretty insane, honestly. Like, you just need to make sure you're utilizing your Vanish well enough and you're aiming well enough in order to do as much damage as you can, which is a duh, right? But you guys kind of just got to take advantage of the fact that she could Vanish and move during this, especially the Vanish. It could be super useful just making sure these enemies are not able to get away. Because again, if the enemy moves up, you can just Vanish down and move it all around. You know, it's just so silly. It's a very silly ultimate, especially once you get level 3. The range increases so much that it's so difficult to escape if you're against a Kefla that knows what she's doing. Luckily, Kefla's skill level up order is pretty obvious. You want to max out skill 2 and her ultimate as soon as possible. This is just going to be where your 2 main big damage bursts with her are going to be coming out. Then I would make sure you level up skill 1. Then after that, skill 3 you can invest into 1 point at level 10. I mean, you could also get the point at level 7, but I do see a lot of value in skipping skill 3, and then at level 8 you're able to get a point into both the ultimate and skill 2. So again, we could just take a look here. At level 7, what you would be at this skill level 2, 1 an ultimate, and then what, 2 into blast right here. Then at level 7 you could just choose to skip skill 3. You get to level 8 right here, you level these 2 up right there. That's definitely an option you could do. I mean, it's definitely not the worst idea in the world, right? We get to level 5 right here. We get these 2 up. At level 6, you're forced to level up one of these 2. I mean, you could just do skill 3 here. At 7, you skip another level up. And then at 8, you get these 2 as well, just so you have all 3 of these skills. This definitely is another option I play around with. It depends on how you're feeling. I feel like skill 3 might not be as needed because you have so much advantage with Kefla. You might not even need the extra skippability anyways, but it depends on your own playstyle and what you like to do with every character. Now, when it comes to best helpers for Kefla, I think there are 2 options you can go for. I think World King is a pretty safe best option for her, especially with how hard her ultimate hits. if you're using World King properly with bosses, you're able to just melt them so quickly, man. And the attack boost that World King gives is pretty significant. However, I think Nail's also not a bad option if you're trying to go more so for team fights. I think Nail could be a bit helpful, especially, you know, a little bit close to the early game, right? And considering that Kefla is doing so many rush attacks, I think Nail could actually be useful for that. But I feel like a lot of times you're going to be using Kefla's skill 2 to do a lot of burst damage as well. And against bosses, man, this World King is just so huge. You're not really going to be using any of these other two though for her. Like, there's not really a reason at all. So I think it's definitely between these two with a much more leaning side to World King. However, you know, me personally, I do like Nail. So, you know, that I'm putting my own little throw in there. But I think most people will end up using World King just because of that. Luckily, divine combo cards are also pretty straightforward for Kefla. You do basically just want to go Snowball, Giant Slayer, and Defense Step. I think that is just the best combination for her in terms of what she's able to do. She has, again, many escape moves, really good vanishes, so there's not really a point in building her in a defensive way. Now, I've seen some people use build up because she's actually pretty good at farming, but I just like, I don't really see myself using build up. There's people love build up right now still. I hate build up personally. I think it sucks, but if build up works for you, you could try it out and see what you like for it. I think for the most part, I'm going to be recommending Super Snowball, Giant Slayer, and Defense Step. Just being a little careful early game, making sure you keep your distance just a bit. Then once you get ramped up with Kefla with multiple Snowball stacks and Giant Slayer, man, things start to go really nasty. So I hugely recommend this to be your Kefla build. But at the end of the day, you could maybe even toy around with build up. Other divine cards, I just don't really see you using any of the other good ones. I mean, if you're going full red for the funsies with Pursuer, sure, I just don't recommend going full red. You definitely want at least defense step here. Pretty good for Kefla, even though it's only every 4 seconds. She gets her Vanish step so often that she's able to use this pretty frequently in comparison to most other characters in the game. Because of that, there's not really a reason to use Limit Breaking Jump. Backstab, since she's not really running a defense card in one of these two first slots, you're not going to be using Backstab, I think, in the first place. But definitely these two and Defense Step, I think, are her de facto quote-unquote best build. So next, we're going to have a gameplay example that I have for Kefla, where I did pretty good in. I think it showed both her weaknesses and her strengths. Overall, she's a very good character. I hope you guys do enjoy. This was filmed live on Twitch, so you're gonna hear me talking with, you know, Cherry and a few other people, J-Shock as well, Jabons. You'll see them in the video too, where we're all, you know, playing around and just having fun. But I hope you guys do enjoy.
Same thing.
But
Click that. I'm just gonna shield you.
goodbye.
No! Oh, he got out. Just go for that Kai. Just go for that Kai.
That was pretty nasty. Just instant death for both of them.
Father!
Oh my god.
Get away! Thank you!
He survived. Oh my god. He survived. Whatever. I'm just taking this fucking... I might be dead. Straight up, yep. Oh, you can't heal either. We got first hit. Oh yeah, we did it because I fucking farmed it.
Okay, good thing they're not going for it.
Dude, look how far her range is, dude. It's actually so nasty.
Dude, Oop should have been dead, but of course, he fucking gets out with one. Like, literally, like, he doesn't even have a fucking health bar when he gets out. It pisses me off.
Oops, I got revealed, I guess, but it doesn't really matter.
Everything pisses me off. Nothing makes me happy.
Oh no, clouds.
Goodbye.
Oh, I do, man.
Just get back. This isn't a fight we need right
Kefla.
now.
I'm waiting for the Kai to
Pretty
spawn.
nasty.
Yeah, guys, it's fine. It's like... I can just hold him back. Or I can try is what I meant.
We lost that actually. Unfortunate.
Damn it.
I think
Oh,
I
he died
sent
some.
it a second too
Thanks,
early.
Manzi.
Peace, peace.
May peace be upon you.
No, that sucks.
What's up, Go Tanks?
Bye, go takes.
Yes, give me biceps, give me snowball stacks!
Beating Oob on boss is not gonna be fun. They all rotate up though.
Gotta be careful. I don't want to lose any stumble stacks. No, 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 no!
You got fucking
wow.
rammed into yo.
I
was fucking
actually
engaging.
hate Bardock so much!
I was watching Jabon's thing. Hey, yo, how did you die?
Come on!
Can't make it back into. Dude, that's actually so
And I got fucking skill
absurdly
locked. Thanks, Go
frustrating.
Tanks.
I
could've
I
fucking
hate.
cleaned them up.
I really hate Bardock. I really hate Bardock. Unless we got a full max burst, but man,
Yeah.
that's actually so unfair.
Oh, I'm marked, and I'm also desynced.
I'm just gonna go
Guys,
this
did
far.
a fucking dash, man.
I'm
That was
desynced
so
like a
funny.
motherfucker right now. Like, what am I supposed to do? Oh, that's gonna piss me off. I'm gonna think about that tonight. I'm gonna have a fucking nightmare about whatever the fuck I just watched.
You only have 800 gems. Okay, yeah.
Please
There we
fucking
go.
secure that, dude. Like, please. Like, this is...
Dude, I got fucking wrapped. I was holding
I was
down,
like stopping them for like 3 years. I'm gonna force him to transform. Yep.
Huge.
Well, okay, yeah, sure, whatever.
Oh, there goes the ghost.
Damn.
I'm
Well, let's go
gonna
to top
forward.
tower.
I'm just gonna force him to peel.
I'm super late up there. I'm sorry. This is because well, we killed Oob and Kefla, so.
Bardock in here.
I just don't know if anyone's gonna try and backdoor like Gotex, but they're not. How is it looking right now?
Yeah, full HP.
It's looking like I'm trying to fucking
Okay, go on to back.
keep everybody off of it.
Dude, I actually hate.
Jabon got a nice back door though.
There we go.
Nice.
Nice. Perfect.
I got silenced.
Good shit, Minatos.
Huge. Look at that. 4 KOs from Kefla. God, that's good. Anyone gonna go top tower? No, I'll go top tower. I
I'll
guess.
go.
Shit, I don't know if I can make that in time. Nice. There we go. Yeah, this is goated Kefla gameplay chat. Yeah. I'm gonna get this back part. Oh, you want help with killing them? I could.
Okay, there we go. I have DPS now. Goodbye. Bye, Snowball Stack down for Goku. Whee! Hey, oop! Goodbye.
Goten's right there.
Look at this nuisance. Oh, still got it.
Just be careful. I'm quite low.
No, was he thinking, man? What the fuck?
Oh, they're surrendered.
I love five.
Yeah,
Snowball Stack
Diamond Goku is a
buddy.
demon that should not have been unleashed. That is true. Even with all that, I'm not sure if I get MVP here.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do.
pretty sure
Okay.
you did.
Yeah, Kefla is
Yeah,
pretty
Minatos
good.
is so fucking good. Oh my.
And that was the Kefla match. Again, I think it showed off her weaknesses and her strengths very well. She is very, very insane. And even then, that was still when we were all, you know, a bit new to Kefla, getting used to her. So that was pretty fun. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you have any further questions regarding Kefla and how to use her, feel free to let me know in the comment section below and I'll get around to it when I'm able to. But thanks y'all for watching this video, and we'll catch you guys in season 4. Peace out.